Hi everyone, welcome to the stewarding outcomes for the GT3 challenge round 3 at Imola. Before I start, the first thing I wanted to say is it was an extremely clean first lap. Everyone was very respectful. There was hardly anything to look at. In fact, I've only got 2 first lap incidents that I'm going to look at, and 1 reported incident. So we go straight into the first one then. This is with Stefan Greffet and John Mitchell. I think it's turn 1, 2 technically. So we'll just watch it in full speed first. So at normal speed, I mean it's really unlucky for Stefan.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like a very serious. Not serious. It doesn't look like there's hardly any contact. Is what I'm trying to say. It's the lightest of touches. But we'll have a look at it in a bit more detail with the limited views that I've got here. So the first one is we want to know whether Stefan is alongside in the braking zone.
Yeah.
So the only way I can do this is to look there, and I think it's close. We go forward a little bit more. I think he does get alongside. Unfortunately, I have to reset it. Let's go forward a little tiny bit. So at this point here, and this is where Bonnie starts turning in. Let's have another look from above. I'm pretty sure at this point it's definitely sort of close enough to expect to have room. There you see. Oh, it actually replayed then. Let's go back here. We've lost where we were. Let's go back.
305.
I must have clicked on this bar.
Yeah, I've done that before when I've been trying to get a screenshot.
Right, where were we? So.
Yeah.
I mean, Stefan's definitely alongside at this point. If I play it really slowly, you'll see Bunny's turning in. I think at this point, even if we go back a little bit to here, Stefan does have more room here than he's aware of, because you can cut this corner quite a lot. I would say you aim your left tyre around here somewhere.
Yeah.
And I do think Bunny has left quite a lot of room. He's well off being on his normal apex line here.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that Stefan gets sort of spun out at that point. But for me, I think this is a racing instant. I mean, we can look at it from Bunny's point of view. I think he's aware he's there. He has left room.
Yeah.
It's just the slightest of touches. So
yeah.
For me, I don't think that's a penalty. I think it's just a race incident.
I couldn't call that on one person or the other.
I think if Bunny had have gone for the apex full out at that point, and he hasn't. I mean, there's another car width here almost.
Yeah.
Which you can use.
Yeah.
I think so long as the tyres on the left-hand car are like near this white line, you should have been fine. Anyway. Alright, so the second instant is again a very, very light touch between Paul Garnham and Lorne Martin. We watch it at full speed first from Paul's perspective.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, is that it?
That was it.
Alright.
We'll watch it again, just in case you missed it.
They were just having a good battle.
Yeah, they're having a good battle. I mean, they've shown good awareness of what's around. Go back a bit further, there's a sort of attempt at a slight switch back there. Paul just taps Lorne at this point. It's difficult to appreciate it if I slow it down because it's going to look like almost nothing. But from my own car.
Yeah, I think Paul was going to attempt to switch, I think.
Yeah.
And
So I'm not as experienced in this sim, so I don't know how much damage that would have caused. I can see some visible damage. And I don't really want to penalise close racing either.
Yeah, we want people to have a good battle, and that's what this looked like.
And ultimately Paul did back out. He didn't just keep going, which is commendable.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's worth looking on board with Lawn because we're not going to see much other than what I think the better view is from Paul's perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that would have done much damage. It just doesn't. It was just a touch.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put that down to a racing instant.
Yeah. Good race. Good racing.
Okay, we'll move to the next one. Right, so the last instant then is between John Mitchell and Dan Pichichi. This was fairly late in the race, I think lap 20, about 38 minutes 12. We'll watch it from Dan's point of view first. So he gets a fairly good run out of here, and he is pulling alongside here. Definitely alongside.
Yeah.
And just runs out of the room, and John sort of cuts in towards the apex. Let's have a look just to see how far ahead he is at the point John's turning in here, because I think at this point John's sort of committed to his line.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Dan is well alongside.
Yeah, they're almost completely side by side at this point.
So I can't press the U because it'll cancel it, but
it'll reset. Yeah.
You can see John's line is heading towards. He's more on a typical racing line there, and he is heading towards the apex.
Yeah.
There's not a lot Dan can do about that. I think
Dan is as much on the curb as he can. He couldn't take any more.
No. And I think.
Yeah, I mean, Bunny is about to touch the green.
He is. I don't think John's left quite enough room there because he's got the whole track there, and I think on the next right-hander up there, Bunny's is going to be slightly compromised and have to slow down quite early, but I think Dan's got the right to be where he is without being tapped. And although it was a very minor tap, the consequences for Dan were quite big because he came off far worse than you might expect for such a small tap.
Yeah.
You see he probably gets quite a bit of damage from hitting the barrier up here. I don't know what happened after this. Took him quite a while to get going. So my initial impression, we'll look at it from Bunny's perspective first, is that it is probably a penalty.
Yeah. Can we go on board, Bunny, to have a look?
Yeah. Right, full speed. I mean, he has left room.
Yeah, just
like
not quite.
Not quite enough, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Not considering that Dan is properly alongside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unlucky.
In Bunny's mirror, at a glance, it looked like Dan was behind rather than alongside, so I think the mirror might have given the wrong perspective to him. He might have thought, oh, you see at the point there when you're looking at that.
Yeah,
that mirror.
Oddly, it does look.
Yeah.
like he's a long way behind there. That's a
Yeah,
weird perspective because
yeah,
even at this point it looks like he's behind, but if we change the view,
yeah,
he's clearly not behind as much as
yeah.
that as this
As
view
it
up here
suggests. Yeah,
suggests. So, in fact, maybe that's a problem with LMU's mirror that it's not quite in sync.
well, you can change the field of view of that to change its perspective. I noticed last night when I was trying to line up my mirrors, I noticed you can change the field of view and have it zooming in more or less. So it
Yeah,
is tweakable.
yeah. Anyway, for me, I think that's going to be a 10-second penalty for John.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Bunny.
Yeah, I think if it had just turned out that Dan had managed to keep going, I might have considered it a racing incident, but I think it was
Yeah,
avoidable
yeah,
because you've got the whole of a track over here,
yeah,
basically, which you could have used. So,
yeah,
all right, and that's it
yeah,
for this week. As I said, the standard's been really good this week. There's been hardly any instance to look at, especially on the first lap. The first lap was one of the best first laps I've seen for a long time.
yeah,
So well done, everyone, and keep up the good work.
yeah.
All
Well
right,
done.
see you next week. Bye.
See ya.